we're going to be having a villains party. Marty Skrull is celebrating the fact that CM Punk has not been seen for some time. I said last week if CM Punk didn't show up tonight, he was a coward. CM Punk still isn't here. We have both semi-final matches in the Raw Women's Championship Tournament. Alexa Bliss against Asuka. Nowhere to go! Trapped in the Asuka lock. Alexa Bliss submits. Asuka is going to SummerSlam. Who will she be squaring up with? Will it be Carmella or will it be AJ Lee? Carmella submits. AJ Lee versus Asuka at SummerSlam. We have a title match. American Alpha versus The Revival. Shatter Machine! And Gable makes the save. Shatter Machine again. And The Revival retain. Whoever comes out of that curtain to face Marty Skrull next will get a World Championship opportunity. Oh, he ain't a coward! And he is gate crashing the party. CM Punk finds himself going to SummerSlam with a shot at that World Heavyweight Championship. We are doing it. Marty Skrull and CM Punk at SummerSlam for the world title. Go to sleep to Marty Skrull. Finally getting one on him. And the moment, oh so sweet, that he'll have another one. Thank you very much. CM Punk, go to sleep. It will be the best on top of Monday Night Raw. Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Monday Night Raw. We are 6 days away from SummerSlam. The biggest fight of the summer truly on its way, and what a reveal we got as you saw in the kickoff there last week on this show. CM Punk is back. He's in the building. He's fighting tonight and he's fighting Sunday for the title at SummerSlam. Marty Skrull and CM Punk is on its way, but so too is a surefire great night of action here on Monday Night Raw. The final episode of Raw before SummerSlam, and the Raw General Manager has made sure, along with CM Punk, to go along with the match that they wanted so long ago. They wanted this match to happen. It was supposed to be, if you remember back to when CM Punk walked out 2-3 weeks ago, it was supposed to be Roman Reigns versus CM Punk that evening. Now, here tonight on Monday Night Raw, it is Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. Punk didn't want anyone else. He wanted Roman Reigns one-on-one, and he has Roman Reigns one-on-one. That is going to be your main event for the evening on another stacked night of action. Got it all going on in regards to the US title match and the finale of the Women's Championship Tournament. Both, of course, will be taking place this Sunday on that hectic event that will be SummerSlam. More to talk about that as the night goes on. As for right now, however, we're going to kick things off with a tag team matchup. Zack, Ryder and Christian against Aiden English, and as he puts it, a new person of influence. Alright, well, Ryder and Christian stand in the ring ready for this matchup. As I said, you know, this person of influence to Aiden English. I couldn't tell you who this is because, simply put, I don't know. I don't know who it is. So, that's interesting when I think about it like that. But, nevertheless, Aiden English will come to the ring here by himself right now, minus his stagehands, of course. The stagehands are, of course, going to be there. But, who is this person of influence for Aiden English? I don't know. I couldn't tell you, because, quite simply put, I just don't know. Aiden English, last time we saw him, though, he was getting kind of embarrassingly beaten by Dean Malenko 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw. So I wonder how he has recovered from that. Seems to be in pretty good spirits. Seems to be in a pretty good mindset, given the fact that he wants to reveal this person of interest, whoever or whatever it is. You know, I guess leave him to it if we want to, but you know, the former United States champion certainly seeming in high level of confidence as he always is, those stagehands by his side. But the big question is for Aiden English is what is going on with him right now? What is going on with this whole reveal? I don't know, but he's grabbed the microphone maybe to explain it. And he wants to talk about this man up next. This man up next gave Aiden English a smile on his face the first time he saw him. He realized that he was the final piece to the puzzle that Aiden English began crafting at the start of this year. And Aiden English is more than proud to reveal him. Now, in Aiden English's mind, with the stagehands by his side, with this man accompanying him, and with Aiden English leading the way, this truly is his magnum opus. This is his dream, and it becomes a reality tonight. Welcome on down, his partner, Damien Sandow. And there he is, the man of the hour for Damien Sandow. His person of influence. The member to complete Aiden English's magnum opus, which, for those of you who don't know, in a theatrical term, it stands for your masterpiece. Aiden English views this as his masterpiece, this conglomerate of people that he has with him right now. Himself, his stagehands, Damien Sandow. This is the magnum opus of Aiden English. And I think a lot of his picking of Damien Sandow has to do with what we saw last week on Monday Night Raw, when Damien Sandow rolled up Leo Kruger and won in seconds over the Madman, over the Hunter. And I think that was kind of the maybe the last piece in the puzzle that Aiden English needed to complete. This magnum opus of his. We'll see if that's the case or not, but the bell rings right now. We are underway here. Sandow going to start things off against Zack Ryder. Very interesting how this one will go this early on. Big chop in the chest there to kick things off from Aiden English. I mean, it kind of makes sense for it to be Sandow of all people as well. Think about it. Intellectual savior of the masses. Very well educated. Very highly thought when it comes to himself. And a guy who in many ways is kind of like an Aiden English type character. You know, you think of Aiden English, this very upper, I don't want to say upper class, just kind of, this kind of a very egotistical, theatrical star in his own right. Damien Sandow kind of strikes you as the guy who would go to, either would go to a theatre play that has Aiden English in it, or is the man orchestrating the whole thing. And then the stagehands, of course, are just there to work on the side with him. Zack Ryder slow to get up on the outside right now. Sandow getting a little bit frustrated. He wants to get his hands on him right now. Sandow wants to prove a point. I mean, I guess they go by magnum opus now. Aiden English sees him as that. Do we call him magnum opus or Aiden English is magnum opus? I don't really know with that one. Aiden English, though, going to fly on Zack Ryder there and keeping him pinned to the mat right now. Certainly a very interesting development if this is to transpire. I mean, you look at the tag team division right now. Your tag team champions, the Revival, defended the tag team titles last week in an incredible main event against against American Alpha. There we go, I blanked for a second. In what, like I said, what was an incredible main event, but it resulted in the titles staying around their waist. These are two teams again trying to make their impact in the tag division. I'm not too sure what to make of Aiden English and Damien Sandow thus far, though. Aiden English being overly cocky there as Christian's coming now off the tag. Tornado DDT, though. One thing is for certain, everyone in this ring, little fun fact for you, everyone in this ring has won the United States Championship at one point. Damien Sandow either held it once or twice. I know the first time was due to Bullet Club interference, but I'm not too sure about the second time. If there was a second time even, I'd have to double check on that one. Aiden English, though, was champion at the start of the year. Christian, a long time ago. Zack Ryder, last year, during the whole Bullet Club fiasco. Only a temporary champion in the reign that Adam Cole had. Aiden English right now, though, going after Christian in the ring. Michinoku driver there into the cover after it, right in the face of Zack Ryder for it as well. Former US champion. That doesn't really narrow it down in this ring, considering the point I just made. Catching the boot there of Christian and clubbering him down with that with that lariat. Aiden English now feeling pretty good about himself, punching him back up into the corner there. Tag mate, Sandow back in now. And a double back body drop there to Captain Charisma. And Sandow mocking Christian for a second, telling him to get up, and now telling Zack Ryder to get in the ring. Ryder is most certainly in the ring. Here goes Zack Ryder. Lariat there kind of swept him more so than anything. Counter though, up and over the top rope. And here we go, back in the ring now. Suplex in from Sandow. Nasty chop as well. Sandow's been making a good impact in this match. And to be fair, before he tagged out, so too was Aiden English. Drop toe hold there. Stagehands very excited about that on the outside. Look at these knees to the chest now from Damien Sandow. And it seems as if the intellectual savior of the masses has one move left for us all. It's going to be the You're Welcome from Sandow. And he covers Zack Ryder after it. Christian in to try and split this one up. He is going to get that as well. Aiden English, for whatever reason, couldn't stop him there. And now look at this from behind. Reverse DDT. Things are turning the way of Ryder and Christian for a moment. Albeit maybe only for a moment there, as Sandow comes in with another reversal to bring him down. Ryder retorting to rolling out of the ring there. And that is legal from what the Stagehands are doing there. To throw him back in the ring is a very legal maneuver. He's not getting involved. He's not attacking him. Ryder crawling and able to tag in Christian again here. Captain Charisma in, and a big back body drop will bring him down. Tag made now into Aiden English. He's by himself here is Christian. There may be nowhere to go. Cobra clutch slam there. The director's cut, as he would call it. And now Sandow may look to try and end this one here. From behind, full Nelson into the face buster. Covers Christian. This should end it. Ryder is nowhere. And oh, Christian kicks at it too. This has not gone the way the Magnum Opus wished it did. Not at all. Now let's see. Oh, here we go. Sandow's in here. Elbow of disdain to Christian. Ryder down in the ring and using the ropes no less to cover him. Christian still kicking out. He will not give in here. Captain Charisma almost refusing to give in. Sandow rolling out of the ring again. Oh, look at this now. Christian turning his attention to Aiden English here. Attacking him. Suplexing him into the ring as well. Aiden English now rolling out of the ring. Back in the ring we go now with these two men. Oh, here we go. Aiden English sweeping in there and going to get him again with the You're Welcome. Ryder distracted by Aiden English on the outside. Cover made here. Sandow in and puts him away. It was sloppy for the Magnum Opus, but it's a victory come the end of the evening for them. That is sure. When you look back in the record books, when you look back to this evening on Monday Night Raw, you will know one thing is true. On this evening, Magnum Opus was formed, and they kicked things off with a victory under their belt to go with it. Aiden English and Sandow, your winners there, albeit in a fashion where they should have won a long time ago, but they simply didn't. That might be something to change around, but then again, early days for what Aiden English calls his masterpiece. We'll see how things will go from there, but it's time to move on to our next contest of the evening now. We know he's fighting for the title this Sunday, but Hirooki Goto wants another fight here on Monday Night Raw, and he'll get it because he's going one-on-one against Jay Lethal. This could be one of those highly competitive matches here on Monday Night Raw that a lot of its roster can be known for, these high-level, high-intensity one-on-one matches where both guys are willing to put it all on the line for the chance of victory. And we'll see just how that will shine through here in this upcoming one-on-one matchup. Make no doubt about it. Titles on the line or not, you know, opportunities or not. If we just look at this as what it simply is, a match, a one-on-one contest between two athletes I'm really, really looking forward to this one. I like it when something like this happens. I like it when two very highly talented athletes go one-on-one against each other. Jay Lethal is up there in the conversation in my regards as one of the most talented athletes in this universe to not have lifted a world championship. Monday Night Raw has quite a few of them. You look at, well, Mr. Money in the Bank, Roman Reigns, the man in the main event this evening, Jay Lethal, Triple H. You're looking at three right there who have not lifted the World Heavyweight Championship, who perhaps should have. Certainly have had their time to pull that off as well, but they just have not. Here, coming out right now, though, is one man who, in my eyes, certainly is well on his way towards a strong future here on Monday Night Raw. Whatever happens at SummerSlam, win or lose at SummerSlam, this is one of those talents that can keep going on Monday Night Raw for the years to come, that can keep on going on Monday Night Raw and keep on making this huge name for himself. Hirooki Goto. He was attacked by Lars Sullivan 2 weeks ago. He said, nah, I'll get up and I'll fight the 7-foot Luke Gallows tonight on Raw. Goto did, and he beat him then. He sent this message to Lars Sullivan. Sullivan's in action up next. Hirooki Goto is in action right now. Goto, though, going on through Japanese pride, tradition, has said that he will not attack Lars Sullivan. He will not fight Lars Sullivan except for two reasons. One, he is provoked. Two, he is attacked himself. He will not attack him until SummerSlam. That is the promise of Hirooki Goto that he laid out before to the Raw General Manager Dario Ranallo. And now we await to see what will happen here on this episode on Monday Night Raw, with Goto in action right now, Sullivan in action up next. Could there be provocation on the side of the Freak heading into that United States Championship match this Sunday? Whoever walks out of that match this Sunday with the belt, I think, truthfully, has deserved it, because they're going to hit hell out of each other to try and be the champion. These are two uber-talented athletes going at it. Uber talented in the way of, I mean, you just look at the strength and the ways that Lars Sullivan has progressed since his debut back just after the Royal Rumble. Semi-finalist in the King of the Ring, United States champion, beat Daniel Bryan to win that title, no less. And now heads into the biggest fight of the summer with his biggest fight, I think, in terms of an equal opponent in Hirooki Goto. But right now, Goto has got to try and turn his attention away temporarily from Lars Sullivan. That's a match this Sunday. He has a match right now against Jay Lethal. And Lethal, as we saw, came out of the block with a pretty big move, but couldn't capitalize on it. Now he's going to do just that, though, striking away at Hirooki Goto here. Going to lift him up on that top rope. Tornado DDT, and down he goes. Counter there now, and what more could we see? Oh, it's going to be Goto taking control. Canadian backbreaker there. It's a harsh move to have inflicted on you. Goto's back there. Goto clicking the back, essentially, cranking it of Jay Lethal, bringing him down there to the mat, and he's going to go for the first cover of this matchup. No doubt about it. Goto won't want this match to go a long period of time because he wants to save himself for this Sunday. 6 days rest is 6 days rest, but there's always the potentiality you could tweak something. You could sprain something. You could, even break something. And if you break something, well, that match could be off altogether. Duck under here from Jay Lethal now. Take a look at this lethal combination. Oh, that was thing of beauty there from another former United States champion. Oh my God, suicide dive from Lethal. Wow. Talk about a man just putting it all on the line right there. But Goto almost shrugging it off and fighting back here. Oh, into the barricade there. Forearm shot. Counter from Lethal. Not going to get much out of it. Spinning kick there from Goto. Evades the stomp. What a competitive fight they're having on the outside. Lethal brings them back in. He went flying to the outside, and he'll come flying back in. Coming down on him there with a punch. I think Goto is still a little dazed from the suicide dive, which is why he didn't counter that maneuver. Gets a 1 count of it, and back into that chin lock now for Jay Lethal. Trying to keep Goto pinned down here. Trying to keep him from unloading away with offense in this one. Not going to work out the way he wants it to, though. Goto fighting back. Goto really fighting back here. Ushigoroshi from Goto. And the elbows that will follow up into the chest. All of these moves could come the way of Lars Sullivan this Sunday with the United States Championship on the line. Goto's first crack at a big prize. Big kick in the back now, and Hirooki Goto, he's looking for something big. He is looking to put this one away. This is not going to be the GTR. Hoorah! Shoutin' from Goto. 1, 2, and 3. Goto, surprisingly, in a fast-paced, high-octane match, has put away Jay Lethal that quickly. I thought this was going to be the match of the night, in all fairness, in terms of the wrestling that we were going to see, but Goto has proven something else. Goto is showing, throw the offense at me, I'll throw worse offense back at you. Goto there with that Ura shouting. That could be the move to make him US champion this Sunday. Lars Sullivan better be watching close before his matchup next, because that's almost like trying to raise the stakes with the United States champion, as if to say, you saw what I just did, try and one-up me right now. Let's see if that'll work heading into this Sunday. Let's see if Lars Sullivan will go that far, because he's in action right up next against Kofi Kingston. So let us find out if that anything you can do, I can do better than you will shine through in this one, because it is time for the United States champion to go in action against the man who Hirooki Goto beat to become the #1 contender for the United States Championship. It is Kofi Kingston who gears up for this one. Kingston ready for a big match here. This is the match that he wanted at SummerSlam. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no. Oh, please don't tell me this is his mentality of trying to one-up things. Lars Sullivan is blitzing his way down the ramp here. The big man coming for Kofi Kingston from behind. Kingston was never the wiser. He was never knowing that was happening, but he's trying to fight back against the Freak right now. Flattened, though, by another lariat. Oh, come on. This doesn't need to happen. This does not need to happen. But Lars Sullivan almost insisted it does. The match hasn't even started yet. Powerbomb. And then, oh my God. Into the side of the ring. That's not wood on the side of the apron. That's not wood there. That's metal used to support the ring. Lars Sullivan just threw Kofi Kingston into it. The bell finally sounds to kick off this one, but the damage may has already been done. Lars Sullivan is destroying Kofi Kingston now. Oh, this is not something. This is not what Hirooki Goto meant by trying to one-up him. This is just taking things too far. This is trying to inflict injury on another man. The Freak is just trying to decimate Kofi Kingston right now. Oh, come on. Come on. Goto said he'd only come in if he was provoked. Is this not provocation for you, Hirooki Goto? Is this not what you need to step in? Because this is Lars Sullivan taking things a step too far. And there's no doubt about that being the case. Kofi Kingston trying to fight on, dude. Just stay down. Just stay down. It's better for your own health if you do. No, just throwing him into the ropes now. Lars Sullivan has no care for anyone bar himself. Maybe, or even the Raw General Manager. There's no care so long as he's the United States Champion. That will suffice. And he's proving his point that this Sunday he's not going to lose it either. Kofi Kingston finally moving out of the way of a move there. Can Kingston start a fight back here? Or has the damage already been done? Twisting neck breaker there. Can Kofi do something now? No, he can't. He is stopped in his tracks. And he's going to get this hard knee once again into the ribs. Following it up by slamming him down into the mat. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, good God, no. The Freak is going up to the top rope. No, no. The diving headbutt from Lars Sullivan. And there's only one move left. There's only one move left for the United States Champion to do. Deadlift him up. Freak accident to Kofi Kingston. Stay down. Let this end, please. Kingston does just that. Lars Sullivan decimates his way with this victory here tonight. Completely unnecessary, but the Freak priding himself on it. The match... No. Come on. Come on. The match is over, Lars. Come on. This is too far now. You're done. The business is over. You can stop. You can stop now, Lars Sullivan. Please. Kofi Kingston is being brutalized. Another headbutt by Sullivan. This ain't proving a message to anyone. This is just taking things too far. Again. Freak accident by Sullivan. This is too much. Don't mean to tell me he's not done yet. This is taking things way too far now, is Lars Sullivan with a chair now to the back of Kofi Kingston. Come on, Goto. You said if only you were provoked. And he has been provoked. Because here comes the #1 contender, Hirooki Goto. He ducks the chair and he unloads away now on the United States champion. Lars Sullivan backed up against the ropes and sent over them as well. Lars Sullivan hits the mat, hits the floor on the outside. Hirooki Goto saving Kofi Kingston. What a bout these two are going to have this Sunday. Man, it is all heating off for the United States Championship. It is really reaching its supreme ending. And that ending will come this Sunday at SummerSlam between those two men for that United States Championship. Goto, you know, he said he would only come out if he was provoked or if he was attacked. And I think he saw that. There might have been a third element to Goto there, not just being provoked, but realizing that Sullivan was going one step too far and saying that this needed to be stopped. And that's exactly what he did. That is exactly what Goto did. He stopped him. He stopped him before he went too far. And he was right to do that. And now we head in to that match at SummerSlam, well aware that it could be a new champion or the same champion. That much we don't know yet, but what I can say is that we will be finding out through the winner, not of this tag match here tonight, but of the match between two of the women in this matchup this Sunday, just who will be facing Rosemary for the Raw Women's Championship at the next Raw exclusive pay-per-view. Will it be AJ Lee or will it be Asuka? The answer will be this Sunday. As for right now, they're getting geared up on the way to that matchup. They went through this tournament. They went through the women that they had to. Asuka went through this woman last week on Monday Night Raw in order to get to the final. She went through Alexa Bliss making her tap out, so Bliss certainly going to have a little bit of an edge with her, maybe a little bit of a frustration with Asuka that she might want to try and take out here. There was a shake of the hand between the two women, but the frustration has got to still be there for the Goddess. They were allowed, the two women, to pick their tag team partners. As you can see, AJ Lee has picked Alexa Bliss, and Asuka picked Gail Kim, one of the favorites of the tournament, who was eliminated in the very first round by Carmella, who, as we saw last week, AJ Lee went on to beat in very quick fashion. These two women may be leading the teams here tonight, but they will, of course, be opponents this Sunday to finalize this Raw Women's Championship tournament. Rosemary has been, I imagine, watching on, her and her hive mind, been watching on every step of the way, and it's come down to these two women ahead of this Sunday. And first out comes, for the opposing side, comes the Empress, Asuka. If it was Asuka versus Rosemary, man, that is one hell of a match to witness, and I honestly wouldn't know where to put my chips. I have said from the start of this tournament, and I will stick to it, that Asuka is the favorite. I still believe that that is the case. I still believe heading into this Sunday, Asuka will beat AJ Lee. I'm not shit-talking AJ Lee. I'm not speaking ill of it. I just believe Asuka is the better women's wrestler. And I believe, as well, if it came down to that one-on-one matchup, which it will, if there is a definitive winner this Sunday, that Asuka could do a better job in a one-on-one environment than AJ Lee when it comes to taking on Rosemary. We've seen how dangerous Rosemary is. We know the dangers that she has going for her. It is for that reason that I believe Asuka can beat AJ Lee, because she can survive those kind of threats, those kind of attacks. I'm not certain if AJ Lee can. We'll find that out, I imagine, this Sunday. That's for certain. But for right now, we are getting ourselves geared up for this Sunday. Gail Kim heading out, as I said, one of the favorites of this tournament, eliminated in the first round, rolled up by Carmella in very, very surprising fashion, it has to be said. But maybe coming out of that tournament, maybe once the dust is settled, Gail Kim will want to get herself on the way towards that title opportunity. That may very well be the case for Kim. However, she is in the corner of the woman who I imagine she believes is going to win this tournament this Sunday, and Alexa Bliss going to be the same. AJ Lee, you see her on the outside there. She is ready for this one. Asuka off camera, but ready as well, and very interesting to witness. They aren't going to wait for this Sunday. They want to do things right now. AJ Lee and Asuka gonna go face to face with each other. Gonna feel each other out, I suppose, heading into this Sunday. Get a good concept for how their opponent works, and it's Asuka who gets things off with the more powerful start of the two here. Here goes the Empress of Tomorrow now, unloading away on AJ Lee early on. Nicely done there from Asuka. She has the control in this one right now. Nothing from AJ Lee thus far. Kicked her down there, and Asuka now going to unload away. Look at these kicks. Just raining in there, and then one across the head. Brutal start from Asuka. AJ Lee finally able to get a counter in here, and great speed as well to hit that DDT. Certainly not the start I imagined she wanted, but it's the start that she's got. Dragging Asuka there, not too certain what she was hoping for. Launching her into the corner there. Tag made. In comes Alexa Bliss now. Snap me. Big time boot in the face there from Alexa Bliss, and here goes the grudge that Alexa Bliss holds as of last week, as of what happened on Monday Night Raw when she tapped out to Asuka, despite looking like she was in more than one occasion, I will say, going to be the winner of it. Alexa Bliss going to fly. Asuka able to move out of the way there. Now it is just about a rematch. Whoa! I think that was an open-handed slap there from Asuka that just absolutely caught her. Alexa Bliss still staggering about from it seems. Tag made now. Gail Kim in. Neck crank there. And a kick in the back. Here come the tag team partners that were chosen by the finalists. Gail Kim unloading away. Discus forearm there. Bliss not looking too fresh right now as Gail Kim comes in making one hell of an impact right off of getting tagged in. Targeting the leg now. Wrenching on it. Good counter though. That forearm. Bliss now with the choke in. Sweeping the leg away there. Choke STO from Lil Miss Bliss. And it looks as if she's going to tag in her tag team partner. Maybe. Yes, she will. Very interesting that this is going to be the stare down that we have between these two women now. Bad blood between these two may well go back as far as a year ago. Over a year ago now. Back to the Queen of the Ring tournament from a long time ago. Gail Kim won it, defeating AJ Lee in the finals. Gail Kim certainly holding her right that she was the deserved winner with the impact she's putting in this one. Big time drop kick there, and Gail Kim now wrenching the neck around there. Cross arm neck breaker connected by Gail Kim. And another counter though brought out by AJ Lee. See, the fact is, it's good that she's bringing out counters. It's bad that she's not managing to stay on the offense here. Certainly Asuka looking way better heading into this Sunday than what AJ Lee is thus far. AJ Lee though, sliced bread, she got it. Into the cover after it now, trying to put away Gail Kim here, but an early kick out will deny that. Let's kick in the back. She's going to look for one of two things here. She'll either look for the Shining Wizard, or she will look for the Black Widow submission hold. She'll get neither, but she will get a big kick in the head of Gail Kim there. Kim not going to go down. Ducks under. Gail Kim up and over the... AJ Lee up and over the top rope and sent to the outside. Asuka now not going to give AJ Lee time to recover. Lifting her up and throwing her back in the ring there for Gail Kim. Devious. Certainly, but if it wears down AJ Lee ahead of this Sunday, Asuka's going to be a fan of that idea. Alexa Bliss now calling for the tag. Asuka gonna get tagged in here now. Asuka may be on the finishing stretch, but Alexa Bliss comes in with bad blood in her eyes again for the woman who she lost to last week. Look at that flurry of strikes from Asuka and the open-handed strike there to bring her down. Saito suplex there as well. Alexa Bliss just being outclassed here. This is the Asuka who, if she heads into this Sunday at SummerSlam, is without a doubt in my eyes walking out as the winner of this tournament. Is the flying tackle, and there may only be one move left for Asuka to go for, and she ain't gonna wait a moment longer to execute it either. Calling her up to her feet. Here we go now. Asuka bringing her in, locks the arm, locks the neck, locks it in as well. The Asuka lock for a second week in a row on Alexa Bliss. Will Little Miss Bliss tap out here to the hold? Will she submit to the Asuka lock? Can she bring it in there? Will she? She is in this hold for a long time already. She is trying to fight the way out of it. She's kicking, she's clawing, and now she is forcing her way out of it. That's going to frustrate Asuka. That's going to be a sigh of relief for AJ Lee that the Asuka lock didn't get the tap out here. But again, another neck crank and kick in the back combo to follow up there from these two women. And Alexa Bliss might not be surviving much longer. 8 defeat from Gail Kim. Well, she only survived a few seconds, it seems. In with the count. And oh, Alexa Bliss, I'm not too sure if she kicked out or if the save was made there by AJ Lee. AJ Lee now slammed down with that Michinoku driver. Sent out of the ring by Asuka. 8 defeat from Gail Kim again. Now, this one ought to be over. Alexa Bliss should be finished here. 2 and 3. Gail Kim will win on behalf of the team. But it's Asuka's team who wins heading into this Sunday. Oh, and would you take a look at this now? The match has ended, but it seems as if these two women are more interested in going face to face with each other. AJ Lee and Asuka squaring up right now ahead of this Sunday. Asuka, though, would rather wait until this Sunday instead of squaring up with AJ Lee right now. I think Asuka's taking it this Sunday. I still believe it. And I believe it even more after seeing what I saw here tonight. But will my mind change as well on the main event of this evening? Will my mind change after seeing CM Punk and Roman Reigns in action as to who is going to be taking home the World Heavyweight Championship after that evening of action at SummerSlam? Will my mind change as to who the World Heavyweight Champion will be? Right now, I've got CM Punk. Could Roman Reigns do something to change my mind? The second meeting between these two. They were supposed to meet a few weeks ago on Raw. Punk walked out. Punk's back. Punk's got that World Championship shot this Sunday. Punk is going to fight Roman Reigns to show that he has earned it. And this Sunday, that he's taking it. The main event up next. Alright then. Let's do things here. Let us close out this episode of Monday Night Raw with a big time main event, and that is certainly what we've got in our hands right now. Roman Reigns, CM Punk. I like it. I like it a lot. Mr. Money in the Bank 2 weeks ago beat Cassius Ohno in the main event. The main event that was supposed to be Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. But Punk walked out that evening. That was not Punk quitting. That was not Punk betraying the crowd. That was Punk getting under Marty Scurll's skin. That was Punk making Marty Scurll believe that he had done enough to make the villain leave. He had done enough. The villain had done enough to make CM Punk leave Monday Night Raw. And for those 2 weeks, Marty Scurll thought the world of himself. He thought he was the greatest thing there was. But CM Punk's return last week shut that down. Shut that belief down. Very quickly. Scurll changed. He was scared in that ring. He was scared of CM Punk in that ring. And by the end of the evening, Marty Scurll at a GTS, and Punk stated he was taking home the World Heavyweight Championship. That was then, this is now, and this Sunday will be the climax to this whole thing that started back at Money in the Bank. That was when this thing got personal. When in his hometown, Marty Scurll beat CM Punk, but not in a way that Punk could just go, you beat me in my home crowd, well done, you were the better wrestler. No, Skill had to resort to desperate methods. Skill had to roll up Punk in that match. He had to find an underhanded way to beat CM Punk and to walk out with our World Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk's not going to let that happen this Sunday in Brooklyn. He's not going to let that happen. He told Skill, don't think of trying something like that. It's not going to work. CM Punk's not going to allow it. The showdown between these two one more time is on. But the big question will be, who walks out of that evening as the World Heavyweight Champion? Will it be the villain, the most hated man on Monday Night Raw? Or will it be CM Punk, the best in the world, the anti-hero if you will, who will head out of SummerSlam, the 6-time World Champion? It is all on the line this Sunday for both men. Skill may not be competing tonight, but that may be what CM Punk wants. He wants to prove to Skill that he can win tonight, and he can win this Sunday. Let us see what is going on though. CM Punk, if certainly not trying to prove that point to Skill, he's making up for 2 weeks ago when he wasn't here, when he walked out to elude Marty Skill. He is proving that point, that he can beat Roman Reigns again, and he's going to look to do it here. What a main event we are in for. Mr. Money in the Bank versus the potential future World Heavyweight Champion. The bell rings. Here we go. These two men do have a little bit of, I said about their history with each other. Not only in terms of the match a few weeks ago on Monday Night Raw. I think that was heading into Money in the Bank, actually. But if you want to go back even further to those, basically me and maybe one other person who remembers that far back in universe, to when these two men were members of the Shield, when Roman Reigns was the one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions and CM Punk was becoming the World Heavyweight Champion, was becoming the face of SmackDown at the time and the leader of the Shield for a elongated period of time. It came to an end. Punk took almost 2 years away from this universe, whereas Roman Reigns was back within a month to become the United States Champion. Now, however, tides have turned immensely. Roman Reigns, I would say, is on the level that CM Punk was when he left. But since coming back, CM Punk has won another World Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk has gone on to have a match at WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar. CM Punk has this Sunday at SummerSlam. Roman Reigns, he has that Money in the Bank briefcase, no doubt about it. That's a huge thing to hold. But that's about the biggest thing that he's done in the last year. Roman Reigns right now, though, trying to prove things against CM Punk, against the man who he used to study under back in the day. Backbreaker there from Roman Reigns now, and he's starting to get things going here against the best in the world. Trying to just use power moves, it seems to be, from the start. You know, Roman Reigns' interest this Sunday is not about picking a winner. It's not about making sure one guy wins over the other. It's maybe about hurting Punk here, hoping that Punk finds a way to win the world title this Sunday, and then cashing in right there and then to become the World Heavyweight Champion. That is what is on Roman Reigns' mind. That is what Roman Reigns looks to accomplish, and Roman Reigns would also love a victory over CM Punk here. There was the Superman punch. There's the spear from Reigns as well. Into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out from Punk at 2. That should be worrying for the best. That should be very worrying. We're only a few minutes into this matchup, and the GTS has been nowhere. Punk's big offense has been nowhere. Roman Reigns just hit a Superman punch and a spear in one foul swoop. He's got to find something big here as CM Punk, and he seems to be fighting back right now. Big time drop kick in the turnbuckle there, lifting up the big man, backing him up into the turnbuckle again here. And now he comes in, running knee, and the bulldog to follow up after it. Punk has to take a moment to recover, which might not be his wisest decision, all things considered. Roman Reigns able to pull himself up to his feet already, but Punk going to look to make sure he stays down. CM Punk, go to sleep to Roman Reigns. And Reigns' arm, though, underneath the bottom rope, not going to pan out the way he wants it to. CM Punk trying to keep on going with strikes there. Reigns fighting out, but so too does Punk. Duck under, tilt-a-whirl DDT, and a high-angled one as well. And Mr. Money in the Bank is reeling to the outside. CM Punk trying to goad him back in there. A little bit of a taunt to get the attention of him. Roman Reigns bats away that attempted enziguri. Punk counters that attempted slam. Whoa, look at the strength of Punk there. Great. Samoan driver into the cover there, and a kick out. Actually, is that a Samoan driver? No, that's not a Samoan driver. Gloss over that one. Strike in the face there. Punch in the gut as well, and here goes Punk now. Maybe focusing in on that gut of Roman Reigns, trying to restrict his breathing. Would be a smart idea from Punk, but he's got to do a lot in this one to keep Roman Reigns down. CM Punk should know that. He taught this man an awful lot, and he's beat this man in the past as well. Taking his time on the top rope could have cost him, but an elbow drop down on the back certainly proves that may not have been the case. Counter from Roman Reigns sends Punk in the corner. What a lariat as well. Punk rocked by it. Good counter again from CM Punk. Trying to back Roman Reigns up into the turnbuckle again, but you can see an ailment of fatigue to him there. A little bit hunched over, but still has great power in him to lift up Roman Reigns to the top rope. Could we see something big here from CM Punk? Up high with Roman Reigns. Superplex down onto the mat. Cover after it by Punk to be the winner here. There's two, and Reigns is forcing the shoulder up at 2. Reigns still down. Punk trying to make sure he stays down a little longer there with that stomp on the back. Punk taking himself to the top rope, and he's calling for the elbow drop on Roman Reigns, and he gets it as well. Hooks the leg, trying to put away Reigns, and a kick out from Reigns at a very late count at 2. Punk dragging him here. This could be the move to end it now. CM Punk went on a tear in those last few minutes of the match, and this could be the last move of the match. Go to sleep to Roman Reigns. 1, 2, what? Whoa! A 1 count, and Roman Reigns getting right up to his feet. Superman punch, countered by Punk. Step in Zagiri, countered by Reigns. Power bomb over the shoulder, dumps him down. Reigns in for the cover. There's 1, 2, and a kick out by Punk there at a late count at 2. Good God, what a match this is turning into. Competitive main event, and then some. Punk sent to the outside by Reigns. His first match in quite a few weeks for CM Punk, but he is putting up the toughest fight that he can right now. Off the ropes now. Collision made between the two. Roman Reigns went for a big time leaping clothesline. I thought for a second it was going to be a Superman punch. Big time knee in the gut again. Again, he's been working on that gut a little bit, and maybe that has helped in fatiguing Roman Reigns throughout this matchup. In the corner, here he goes again. There's the knee, there's the bulldog. This time, dragging him away from the turnbuckle. Does Punk have it in him for one more big GTS? No, maybe not, but he has it in him for the Anaconda Vice. Punk gonna lock it in here on Reigns. Dead center, middle of the ring. Looking for the submission win ahead of this Sunday. Can he secure it? He can! Roman Reigns taps out. Mr. Money in the Bank submits. CM Punk is your winner in this one. And he shows how fatiguing this match was. On one knee, he stands over a fallen foe. He stands over the man he beat in this one. Roman Reigns tried his... Oh, no, you are kidding me. It's Marty Scurll, the world champion is here, ahead of that title match. Scurll wants revenge. He wants his own back for last week. He has him here. Marty Scurll. No, the flip DDT, the Panama Sunrise of all moves. Punk is busted open right now. And Scurll looking for the bird of prey. Punk candidate. CM Punk counted it. He counted the boot of prey, and he has Marty Scurll now up on his feet, busted open or not, for the second week in a row. Scurll falls to the GTS. Scurll goes down. Scurll goes to sleep. If that happens this Sunday, CM Punk is the 6-time World Heavyweight Champion. SummerSlam, you do not want to miss.